Hello and welcome to Your Broken Galaxy. I am Broken, and today I'm going to do the what-if scenario. What if Padme condoned a course of action that led them to war? So, the Jedi have failed to meet with Nute Gunray, and the droids have cut off communication. And Padme's little advisors there say, it can only mean one thing, invasion. And Padme is like, you know what? I'm going to condone a course of action that leads us to war. So she calls up the military and is like, let's go, boys. This is your queen, and I'm calling you to defend our home. So she calls the Gungans and is like, hey, Boss Boyo, we've been jerks in the past, but we would like you to help us fight a war. And Boss Nass is like, ha ha ha, Misa thinking yes. So the Jedi end up showing up in Otogunga City right after they've been called to action, and Boss Nass is like, okay, so Jar Jar Binks over there is a loser, but we're going to war, so you better keep up. And the Jedi are like, what? So the Jedi and the Gungans start marching, and the Nubians start marching, and the droids take out their guns on the fields outside of Theed. Hundreds of thousands of battle droids, thousands of human warriors, and hundreds of thousands of Gungans, and 2 Jedi. Padme, with mostly camouflage painted face, minus the bright red lipstick that she always wears, and the ceremonial Nubian headdress that is roughly the size of a toddler, stands alongside Boss Nass and yells, I'm not much for speeches on war, but here we are, so let's go break some robots. And Boss Nass is like, yeah, ditto. Qui-Gon says, may I have a try at encouraging the troops? And Padme says, no. And he kind of steps back and raises his hand in submission. And Padme looks at her troops and screams, charge! And all the humans and half the Gungans start running and screaming at the droids. And Boss Nass is like, no, wait, don't charge! Stay behind the shield generators and let them come to us! But it's too late. This thing is in motion. It's a slaughter. Just absolute carnage. The droids kill hundreds of thousands of Gungans, thousands of Nubians, and of course, tens of thousands of droids are killed too, but the entirety of the human army is now rather dead or injured. And the Gungans that live, they're all prisoners now. So Palpatine is facing horrible, horrible criticism for letting this happen and letting Padme die. And of course, it leads to an inquiry where the Greater Republic looks into how people of Naboo could possibly justify letting a 14-year-old rule their planet, to which, of course, the Nubians say, well, what about the Jedi? So the Jedi are put under the microscope by the Greater Galactic Republic and come to learn that they are just routinely putting young people in life-threatening situations, abducting them during infancy, forbidding the most natural of relational attachments, and end up revoking their status as a not-for-profit organization. The Jedi have to hand over all assets to the government. Meanwhile, Sheev has been voted out of office, so he and Maul secretly celebrate the Jedi being taken down, but they really want them dead, and Sheev really wants to get back in power. The Jedi, on the other hand, have a spiritual revival. They get back to their roots. They aren't trapped by the adherence to politics. Many of them are super skilled and are able to get very high-paying jobs as diplomats and bodyguards and the like. They do have to pay taxes and everything, but they're making bank, and they're all the better for it. After a year of this, Palpatine sees that his plan has backfired, and the Jedi are stronger than ever, and he is out of office. He has no power, so all he ends up doing is complaining to Darth Maul all day, and Maul ends up getting fed up with it and leaving him. Maul becomes a criminal, takes over the Black Sun, and buys his own moon. The Republic remains corrupt. However, without Sheev in the Senate anymore, it's a little bit less corrupt. Sheev, by the way, ends up retiring in depressed anguish as he has lost the respect of his homeworld, he has lost Darth Maul, he has lost any chance of taking down the Jedi, who, by the way, are going through that spiritual revival, spreading hope and joy throughout the galaxy, just not as a not-for-profit organization anymore. The galaxy is ultimately slightly better off, all because Padme wasn't a pansy about going to war. That's my video for today. If you liked it, please share it with someone that you think might also like it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that garbage.